Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I'm Miss Lina. Today I'm going to tell you a story called The Legend of Rawapeni. Please enjoy. Once upon a time, there was a spouse, Ki Hajar and Nyai Selakanta, who lived in Ngasem, a village laid in the valley of Mount Merbabu. They didn't have a child, so Ki Hajar isolated himself on Mount Telemoyos valley and wishing to God to grant them a child. Their wish came true. Nyai Selakanta was pregnant, but surprisingly, after giving birth, her son looked like a dragon. Nyai Selakanta gave him a name Baru Glinting, as same as Herlin Spear of her husband. Long story short, Baru Glinting was asked to look for his father. He met his father at Mount Telemoyo, but Ki Hajar, his father, didn't believe he was his son. He said, "If you really are my son, I want you to circle the Telemoyo mountain." "Your command is my command," replied Baru Glinting, and he did it. For years at a time, the villagers decided to throw an earth arms party. They hunted and stumbled across Baru Glinting. They catch him, chopping up his flesh for the feast. While the villagers feast, there came a boy full of bones and smell. The boy was the incarnation of Baru Glinting. He asked for food, but they all swore at him and sent him away. He went away and knocked at every door he met, asking for some food. But again, nobody cared about him. "Knock, knock, who's there?" said a man. "Please, sir, I beg of you, give me some food. I'm starving." "Ugh, you ugly dirty beggar! How dare you spoil my lunch? Scram!" "Just give me your leftovers, sir. I'm so hungry." "I don't care. Go away!" Baru Glinting, dragging his weak body, and started knocking on the other doors. But nobody wanted to help the little boy. He was really desperate. Finally, a generous old woman helped him. Her name was Nyai Lantung. She said, "You're too bad. Come on in." She gave him shelter and a meal. She prepared a bowl of porridge to him, and he ate it greedily, as if he never ate it. "There, there, don't get choked. It's all yours." She smiled doubtingly. "Granny, it's the most delicious porridge I've ever had," exclaimed Baru Glinting. When Baru Glinting wanted to leave, Nyai Lantung was given a lasung, a big wooden mortar for pounding rice. He said, "Granny, I only have this. Take good care of it." Nyai Lantung happily accepted. Baru Glinting also reminded her, "Please remember, if there is a flood, you must save yourself, Granny. Use this lasung as a boat." Baru Glinting continued his journey. While he was passing through the village, he saw many people gather on the field. The boy came closer, and he took a coconut stick and shoved it into the ground. He challenged them to pull out that stick. "If anyone can pull out the stick, I will grant their wish," said Baru Glinting. The villagers laughed and disdained it. Everybody tried, but nobody succeeded. "Can I try?" asked Baru Glinting. The crowd laughed mockingly. One of the men said, "You must be joking. Look, this burly young man. can't pull it out. How can you, a weak little boy, dare to try it? Ha ha ha! Baru Clinton stepped forward and pulled out the stick. Amazingly, he could do it very easily. Everybody was dumbfounded. Suddenly, from the hole left by the stick, water spouted out. It did not stop until it flooded the village. The villagers ran away, trying to escape the disaster, but it was too late, and no one was safe from the water, except Baru Klinting and Nyai Lantung. As he told her, she used the lesung as a boat. The whole village became a huge lake. It is now known as Rawapening Lake in Salatiga, Central Java, Indonesia. So everyone, that's the end of the story. Alright, what can we learn from the story of Rawapening legend? Can you tell me? I agree with you. Do not judge people by how they look, because being mean to others bring trouble, but being kind always bring good rewards. Don't you think so? Alright, that's the story for now. I will see you again in my next story. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Goodbye.